is basically a question whether it's really necessary to link the reconstruction effort with the military presence, or whether it's really necessary to mix and come to the field with the soldiers. And the reason why people ask this question is that it was possible to provide development or humanitarian assistance even during the Taliban. But that was only possible because of the strict principle of neutrality was obeyed. But now this is being mixed, and actually since 2007 we've seen a lot of brutal attacks about humanitarian workers all across the country, which never happened before. So we should take these factors into account. I believe that there's a huge potential actually in the military presence in each of the provinces, but the potential should be used in the areas which are not covered yet. So that means that, for instance, if there are a lot of military personnel and they're very much professional, and I'm sure that they're dedicated, why don't they, for instance, do not focus on training of army and police? Or why don't they construct roads which are very necessary for the reconstruction of the country? Because schools are good, but schools are constructed by the UN, by the government, by non-governmental actors. And from my perspective, I remember villages, the most remote villages, where people simply had local school. They loved education and they didn't need the building for now. I mean, they would love to have it in the future, but they can deal with that. But they can't construct the roads, and they can't really force their government to provide security for them. So to sum up, actually, I think that a little bit we are trying to solve the problems of Afghans for Afghans. And if we would just change the optics and try to be more reflective, that the government needs to bring the initiative themselves, and that we are there only to help them, then it would be probably more appropriate and efficient at the end.